मृगामृगैः सङ्गमनुव्रजन्ति गावश्च गोभिस्तुरगास्तुरङ्गैः मूर्खाश्च मूर्खैः सुधियः सुधीभिः समानशीलव्यसनेषु sakhyam.
Today we sit with a verse from the Subhashita Ratnabhandagara, the great treasury of Sanskrit wisdom sayings. Listen to it first, slowly. Mriga mrigai sangam Anuvrajanti Gavascha gobhis Turagas turangai Moorkhascha moorkhai Sudhiyah sudhibhi samaana-sheela-vyasaneshu sakhyam. Deer follow the company of deer, cows walk with cows, horses with horses. Fools keep company with fools, and the wise with the wise. Friendship arises among those of similar character and similar pursuits. Let us take the words apart gently, because the Sanskrit hides treasures, the translation flattens. Mriga means deer and mrigai means with other deer. Sangam is company, association, and this word comes from the root sanj, which means to cling, to stick. It is the very same word, Sanga, that the Bhagavad Gita warns about when it says, attachment gives birth to desire. So already the poet is whispering, association is never neutral. Whatever you keep company with sticks to you. Then comes a beautiful verb, Anuvrajanti. Vraj means to walk and Anu means after, along. So the creatures do not merely gather, they walk after one another. Company is a path. You follow it step by step, usually without ever deciding to. The verse then climbs a ladder. First three animals, deer, cows and horses, Turaga and Turangai, two elegant words that both literally mean the swift goers. Animals flock by pure instinct. Then, without any change of tone, the poet adds two more creatures to the list, Moorkha, fools, and Sudhee, the wise. The word Moorkha comes from the root muh, to be deluded, to lose one's way, and Sudhee means one of refined dhi, that discerning inner intelligence the Gayatri mantra prays to awaken. By placing fools and sages in the same list as deer and cows, the poet makes a quietly radical claim. Like attracts like is not a moral rule for humans. It is a law of nature, as binding on us as on the herd. And then the final quarter, the line that became a proverb across India. Samaana-sheela-vyasaneshu sakhyam. Friendship, sakhyam, arises among those of the same sheela and the same vyasana. Sheela means character, but notice its root. Sheel means to practice repeatedly. Character is not what you are born with, it is what you have rehearsed. And vyasana is a wonderfully double-edged word. It means a passion, a pursuit, but also a vice, an addiction. The poet chose it deliberately. Shared virtue bonds people, but shared weakness bonds them just as tightly and often faster. Gamblers find each other as unerringly as scholars do. So what is this verse really teaching? Three things, I think. First, your friendships are evidence. We are all poor judges of ourselves. The fool, remember, is deluded precisely about his own foolishness. But the verse hands you an honest mirror. Do not introspect. Look at your table. Look at the 5 people you spend the most time with. What bonds you to them? That bond is a readout of your own Sheela. Modern science has caught up with this. Sociologists call it Homophily. Their landmark study was literally titled Birds of a Feather. And network researchers have shown that habits, moods, even health behaviors spread through friendships like a current. Your vyasana is contagious, so is theirs. Second, the law cannot be fought directly, but it can be used. You cannot simply decide to enjoy the company of the wise while remaining what you are. Attraction follows being. But change what you practice, change your Sheela, and your circle reforms around the new you as lawfully as iron filings around a magnet. This is why every tradition treasures deliberate good company. Shankara sang, Satsangatve Nissangatvam. From good company comes freedom from clinging, and from there, step by step, liberation. The Buddha went further and called noble friendship the whole of the spiritual life. Everyone flocks, only the wise flock on purpose. Third, the verse removes a certain guilt. If you have ever begun a new discipline or left an old habit and watched old friendships quietly fade, not through any quarrel, just a slow drifting. The verse says, this is physics, not betrayal. The shared vyasana dissolved, and with it the bond. Grieve it lightly and walk on. Now, how do we live this today? Try a simple audit tonight. Write down the 5 people you exchanged the most time or messages with this week. Beside each name, write the one thing that truly bonds you. Be ruthless. Is it a practice, craft, study, service, honest ambition? Or is it an indulgence, complaint, gossip, shared distraction? No judgment, just see it clearly. Then choose one deliberate act of satsanga this week. 1 hour in the presence of someone whose character you wish to absorb. And if no such person is near you, the tradition says the words of the wise count as their company. A great book will do. And finally, adopt one small mental habit. Each time you are about to join a conversation, a gathering, a group chat, pause for 10 seconds and ask, Anuvrajanti, walking after whom, toward what? Because every association is a walk in some direction. Deer walk with deer. That much is instinct. But you can read the law and choose your herd. And in choosing your herd, the verse promises you are quietly choosing who you will become. Samaana-sheela-vyasaneshu sakhyam. May your friendships be the evidence of a life well practiced.
मृगामृगैः सङ्गमनुव्रजन्ति गावश्च गोभिस्तुरगास्तुरङ्गैः मूर्खाश्च मूर्खैः सुधियः सुधीभिः समानशीलव्यसनेषु सख्यम्